Alors, bienvenue à ce panel très important. C'est un panel où on va parler cluster. C'est le panel Quel rôle pour les clusters dans le développement des écosystèmes IA. C'est très spécifique et nous sommes très heureux d'avoir parmi nous nos chers panélistes. C'est un panel qui va se faire en anglais et pour ceux qui ont besoin des headsets, vous allez les chercher ici. Merci, si vous voulez la traduction. Merci. Alors, j'ai le plaisir d'accueillir, je vais commencer par vous, Madame Sonia Fernandez de la Mecque, Espagne. Sous vos applaudissements, s'il vous plaît. Madame Nathalie Jardinier, que j'ai eu le plaisir d'interviewer hier, voilà, donc team Henri Fabre France. Monsieur Nabil Najm de CE2, CE3M Maroc. On a toujours, quand on dit Maroc, on dit 2M. C'est pour ça, de le lapsus. Voilà, Monsieur Zaid El-Masri, donc Intej, Jordanie. Alors, Monsieur Ahmed Amel d'Égypte, voilà. Marhaba. Monsieur Emin Salemi, cluster mécatronique de Tunisie. Last but not least, Monsieur...
C'est Elias Laknesh, en fait, je le remplace à la dernière
pardon,
minute.
oui, c'est vrai.
J'ai pas eu le temps de m'échauffer, j'espère pas sortir sur blessure d'ici un quart d'heure.
Je me suis tellement centré sur le fait de me rappeler, de dire votre nom, mais on m'a tellement dit n'oublie pas, et je dis toujours, le cerveau humain ne comprend pas la négation. Quand on dit n'oublie pas, le cerveau, qu'est-ce qu'il fait? C'est pour ça qu'on oublie toujours le pain. N'oubliez pas de ramener le pain, et on l'oublie. Donc, je me rappelle de vous présenter Monsieur Elias Larnesh, donc qui remplaçait donc Monsieur Ami Salim, donc cluster mécatronique de Tunisie. Et last but not least, notre cher Emmanuel Notari de Anima. Thank you for hosting us and thank you for helping us gather together in these days. Alors, I will switch to English. I will start with you. So, Mrs. Sonia Fernandez, could you present your organization and explain the purpose of your cluster? And today, I want to ask you more about the links between your cluster and the AI. Press the button. Keep on pressing the button. Works?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, now it's working.
Okay.
Yes.
Hola.
Hola. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
We are from AMEC, so I am in charge of projects inside of AMEC. We are the Spanish Industrial Association, so we have around 350 companies on the machinery side. And our link to AI is so direct because all of our members are delivering machinery and solutions for industry, so they're implementing AI solutions in the machinery on itself. And also they are providing AI solutions for their clients. So it's one of the main topics that we are facing nowadays.
Okay, so the links maybe when you say AI and regarding your cluster, you're using AI, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yes, so concretely, how does that go?
Yeah, well, internally we are delivering services for our members, so we use AI just in the side of marketing, internal resources, and so on. But going to the services that we provide to our members, we are more focusing on the applications that can be applied to industry. So predictive models, artificial...
Okay, using predictive models.
Yeah, everything that's related to the visuals and sensors, digital twins, everything that's related to optimization in terms of the artificial intelligence, logistical planification. So every kind of application that could be applied in industry, it's our field also.
Excellent, thank you. My next question to Madame Nathalie Jardinier, donc team Henri Fabre France. Maybe what roles do your cluster organization play and work with? I'm talking about bridging gaps between government and private sector, maybe.
Yes. So we operate something like we have a techno center, so near Marseille in France, and we have the chance to
remind us where you were implemented.
Sorry?
Remind us of where you are implemented, the place where you come
In
from.
Marignan, so it's
Marignan.
just very near from the airport of Marseille. Marseille
Marseille,
Airport.
so you're in Marseille anyway.
Marseille,
Yeah.
yes. And so we have the chance to have big guys in our members, and we operate something like a scientific committee. And in this committee, we can invite academics, for example, to pitch their new solutions, for example, and to pitch to explain to academics and to SMEs as well, to big players as well. Sorry, this new solution, and this is how I can say we can maybe make something very interesting to link R&D and users in this solution, for this solution.
Excellent. My question is for Mr. Nabil Najm. What roles do your clusters have in helping startups overcome challenges of the AI, les challenges de l'IA?
Merci Zoher.
Il va répondre en français, donc
permettez,
chers interprètes.
merci. Étant donné qu'on est dans un pays francophone, je vais répondre en
Il n'y a pas de
français.
souci. Répondez dans la langue que vous voulez.
Tout d'abord, j'aimerais vous remercier de m'accueillir aujourd'hui dans cette terre chère.
Merci.
Nabil Najm, en fait, j'ai deux casquettes. La première, c'est je fais partie du cluster électronique, mécatronique et mécanique du Maroc, et j'ai aussi une entreprise qui est dédiée à l'accompagnement de la PME pour tout ce qui est innovation et développement produit et tout ce qui est double transition. Donc quand on parle double transition, transition numérique et digitale. Concernant la start-up, en fait, d'une manière générale, nous créons un espace où les start-up et l'opportunité de faire face aux défis qu'elles rencontrent concernant l'IA, à savoir la génération de cas d'usage et de données fiables et cohérents, l'accès aux talents dont elle aura besoin pour utiliser ces cas d'usage, et de partenariat avec le monde industriel ainsi que les premiers clients. Concrètement, par exemple, au niveau de notre cluster, on a un incubateur des startups, et un exemple d'appui qu'on leur donne, c'est une plateforme qu'on a pu financer grâce à notre partenaire GIZ, une plateforme de prototypage des IoT qui leur donne accès à des équipements spécifiques.
Parlez-nous plus de... Can you tell us more about the IoT in Internet of Things platforms?
Oui, en fait, quand on posait la question en anglais, je suis tenté de switcher, mais en fait, qui leur donne accès à des équipements spécifiques, comme des imprimantes 3D, des machines d'usinage pour produire ces IoT, mais aussi à une expertise dédiée, une expertise mobilisée par la GIZ pour les accompagner dans leur développement. Ça, c'est le premier volet. Deuxième volet, nous encadrons aussi des thèses au niveau du cluster, des thèses
Très
IA,
intéressant.
des thèses IA qui permettent de générer des cas d'usage.
Est-ce que c'est répandu? Est-ce que ces thèses-là?
Oui, ma femme et mes enfants n'apprécient pas trop, mais je suis moi-même un doctorat
Vous êtes doctorant donc en IA.
en IA, et sur le sujet de l'innovation et comment accélérer le processus d'innovation en utilisant l'IA. Voilà.
D'accord, très bien. Très
Merci.
intéressant. Je vais passer la parole. I will start talking to Mr. Zaid Al-Masri, Intaj Al-Urdun. Jordan, so how mature are your SMEs, cluster members, in integrating AI solutions to accelerate their development?
First of all, thank you, Zuhair, for the question.
Welcome.
And just correction, my name is Ziad Al-Masri. I'm from Jordan and Palestine.
زياد
Um,
زياد
how
not زي
mature
زيد guys.
لا, it's okay fine. How mature today AI, even though we're hearing it just recently, it's a a couple of $100 billion industry growing to multi-trillion dollar over the next 5 to 7 years. How mature we use AI? We've been using AI maybe in a different name over the past period, but the tools that are being used, they're not owned by our local industries, whether it was in Jordan or the Gulf. We're using tools that are outside Jordan. So if you link maturity to the digital sovereignty, we're not mature. If you're linking maturity to the use of tools, I think everyone here is using the tools, even translation. You can use your mobile phone for the translation, etc. You're using Power BI, you're using ChatGPT, you're using other different tools that I think most of us are using Copilot as well. So the maturity of using tools is different, but creating AI products, platforms, etc., we're still in the very early stage. If you look at the MENA region or in the Gulf region mainly, I don't know North of Africa the numbers, but in the GCC market and the Levant market, there's about $300 million invested in startups over the past 6 months. In
6 months.
Yeah, in AI startups, AI first startups. And this is around 20%, 18 to 20% of AI startups investment by VCs in our region, in the Gulf and in the Levant. So we're still in a very early stage. There might be a slight correction over the next period, but we're still very, very early to really take the power of the AI. We're still like ABC in the first 3 steps. So it's going to take time, but we need to create platforms. We need to provide the data centers, the GPUs, in order to be really a power user rather than a feature user.
Excellent. Very interesting. Thank you for the figures you shared. My next question is to Mr. Ahmed Amal from Egypt. So I'd like to ask you, what would be the main obstacles to reaching full maturity in AI adoption?
Okay, first I would love to introduce the cluster I belong to.
Yes.
I belong to Etisal Burj Al Arab Innovation Cluster. This cluster is based in Burj Al Arab on the north coast. We have been working on heavily on IoT, on mainly emerging technologies. We successfully organized several conferences, which is called General Conference for IoT. Right now, it expands to UAE and right now in Saudi Arabia as well. Also, we had several IoT and AI challenges. I think that it's right now in covering all the MENA region. It started from the cluster itself. The cluster itself is main enabler for the government initiatives. Egypt, and I will come to I'll answer your question. Egypt successfully, we have several initiatives regarding talents. And I think that in Tunisia, you are having somehow similar initiatives, but these initiatives, we started with leaders.
How different is it from Tunisia?
Okay, I'll tell you this, why I started Tunisia. I started Tunisia because the EU, they have a sort of an compliance initiative, and they are piloting it in Egypt, both in Egypt and Tunisia. I had to do that kind of comparison regarding the ecosystem, the acts. I will not say that, I'll say that the two countries are on the same page in a way or another. Might be Egypt due to the population, we are 120 million. Definitely we have several initiatives. As I told you, right now we are having a training or skills initiative focusing or targeting leaders, targeting developers and targeting users. And we are successfully part of the enablement arms of the government in this. Also, here the challenge or here the gap, we are here lacking international certification in a way or another. We are also lacking framework for enforcement. Yani, being big in population is good and is good in a way, and is bad in another way, because you need to have a robust framework to enforce the compliance or what you want to do. We have several acts that was launched the past period. Might be they need somehow revisiting in a way or another. Also, we had a lot of initiatives. We had a lot of redemption programs for exports. I will tell, yani, I will continue on what Ziad was just mentioning about having. Yani, first, we have a combined definition between AI and LLMs. This is the thing that we all need to know. LLMs, this is the thing that we are all using, which is ChatGPT and others. But AI should be built on a use case. Yani, use case is the main thing that you should build on. This is first. Second, Saudi Arabia, I think that they launched something for AI, and also United Arab Emirates. Those are,
They launched the whole city for this.
Yes. The other thing that also I will continue on what Ziad was just mentioning is the infrastructure. And the infrastructure is about computing power. For once, this needs a sort of an act or needs a regulation in a way or another to give I'll tell you something. I'm not biased to Egypt, but I'm biased. I'm not biased. But Egypt is a hub for all the marine cables. It's in the center of the world. For all the marine cables is passing through Egypt. And right now, till now, we don't have this flourishing industry of data centers. I hope that I answered your question.
Yes, thank you. Sometimes your geographical place, help you benefit from. Tunisia is also, in terms of geographical place, we just had a cable a few days ago. Just had a cable next to Bizerta. We had huge internet cable, an important internet cable that was just connected Africa to the north of the Mediterranean Sea. My next question is to Mr. Elias. Voilà, Elias Narnesh. So regarding the mechatronic cluster, I would like to ask you, how do clusters contribute building competitive and resilient AI ecosystem at regional, national, or maybe even European levels?
Alors, je vais répondre en français.
Oui.
Donc, le cluster mécatronique, moi, ma réponse va être plutôt concentrée sur l'écosystème tunisien, parce que
Tunisien, bien sûr, c'est le point de départ.
C'est là où les initiatives concrètes ont été initiées là, depuis quelques semaines. Donc, le cluster mécatronique, donc ça existe depuis maintenant 13 ans. Ça a commencé avec une vingtaine de membres. Là,
déjà.
Oui, commencé avec une vingtaine de membres. Là, il y en a plus de 120. Donc, c'est une réussite. Déjà, ça attire quasiment tout ce qui compte dans le secteur. Et donc, toutes les initiatives qui peuvent être prises, quelles qu'elles soient, ou un impact systémique. Voilà. Et donc, par rapport à ça, donc, le cluster a attaqué le sujet IA comme tout le monde, parce que maintenant, on ne peut pas faire sans. Et c'est le secteur mécatronique est un secteur qui est très ouvert. Donc, justement, sur les marchés internationaux. Donc, on est en concurrence avec d'autres acteurs qui eux aussi investissent massivement dans le domaine. Et donc, il y a eu des initiatives qui ont été mises en place, donc notamment la mise en place d'un comité IA qui va commencer sa première réunion mardi prochain.
D'accord.
Voilà. Avant ça, il y a eu quand même des sessions de sensibilisation qui ont été faites, des formations pour les membres, parce que c'est important aussi on parle beaucoup d'IA, mais il faut démystifier en fait, et il faut définir les potentialités de l'IA, mais aussi les limites. Donc on imagine que l'IA va tout remplacer, alors que c'est faux. C'est un outil qui est très performant, mais qui a aussi ses limites. Et donc ça a permis déjà de comprendre de quel cadre on parle, où on peut aller avec l'IA. Et à partir de là, on a fait un deuxième atelier où on a commencé à identifier des cas d'usage au niveau du secteur, que ce soit des cas d'usage sur grosso modo, l'IA, il y a 2 points très importants. Il est performant dans la reconnaissance d'image. Donc des cas d'usage très spécifiques dans des process industriels, sur le contrôle qualité, des choses comme ça. Et aussi sur des process, des cas d'usage plus, on va utiliser donc, les LLM, les agents, pour digitaliser les process, pour renforcer la supervision, voilà, sur des sujets plus transverses. Et dans une approche un peu systémique, c'est-à-dire que mettre en place des cas d'usage qui ne vont pas servir que pour un acteur, mais qui peut servir pour tout le secteur.
Oui, tout.
Et aussi, cette initiative permet aussi d'avoir un cadre de partage d'expériences. Donc on va tous un peu partager nos expériences, nos visions. Ça a commencé, c'est très intéressant de mettre en place aussi des initiatives pour faire maturer les organisations. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, mettre en place l'IA, il faut maîtriser la data. Il faut avoir des gens qui acceptent l'IA. Ce n'est pas toujours le cas, ça fait peur. Hein. C'est comme les machines-outils à 200 ans. Bon, on pensait que ça allait remplacer tout le monde. Non, ça ne va pas remplacer tout le monde. Et aussi mutualiser les moyens, parce que ça peut demander de gros investissements.
Très, très important.
Donc chacun de son côté, en mode silo, on peut se décourager, ou on peut reporter, ou on peut déprioriser. Et là, avec un effet de masse, on peut faire des effets d'échelle et puis pouvoir mettre en place des initiatives beaucoup plus intéressantes. Et l'objectif final, c'est la concrétisation. Ce n'est pas juste un espace de discussion parce que ça va décourager tout le monde. Mais on essaiera d'ici l'année prochaine d'avoir des points concrets. Voilà.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. My next question to Mr. Emmanuel Noutari. So, regarding strategies, what strategic priorities should clusters focus on to strengthen AI innovation, but not only innovation, deployment?
Thank you very much, Zuhair, and thank you very much to Business France for inviting us and inviting our partners to this panel and to this whole day. First, I present Anima. Anima, we are a network of business support organizations,
Always good to
public and
present.
private organizations. Some of our members are there, like AMEC, Team Henri Fabre, or Intage are members of our network. So our job really is to help the expertise, the ideas, the good practices to circulate from a country to another, from an organization to another. So we are not specialized in AI particularly. We do work on topics like economic development at large, attractiveness of the country, innovation, financing of companies. So AI is...
But you prepare the soil, vous préparez le terrain, you prepare the soil so that people can really work on that.
Exactly, we are following the major concerns of the countries and of the company, and obviously AI, the AI revolution is one of them, as digitalization in a more broadly is a concern, and cybersecurity. We're having a strategic lunch today. Cybersecurity came across the discussion as a really central also concern. So to answer your question, I think that and we are also concerned internally in adopting AI, and we are doing it slowly. I think it has been done. We have to be pragmatic in implementing AI. So we support clusters in implementing AI for their members. So we connect clusters with external expertise that could then help companies to embark and to onboard with AI. I think the two main issues is first start step by step. So identify first steps and priorities and use cases to implement, and eventually pursue, continue, enlarge, and broadly. So that would be my recommendation that we apply in our organization at the moment.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'm back to Mrs. Sonia Hernandez from AMEC, Spain. Could you get your mic, please? So, based on your experience, your training experience, works.
Yeah, it's
Based on your experience, I'm sure out of what you've seen, what you've gone through, what you've seen by maybe sharing experiences, seeing what others are doing, what could be your recommendations maybe out of your experience based on the deployment of ecosystems, AI ecosystems?
Well, the first thing to understand is that artificial intelligence is something that you're going to be approaching, but first of all, you need to set the fundamentals of the digitalization and your entity, your company, and so on. So first of all, it's to set the strategy of this data. At the end, everything that you want to predict, to prescribe, or maybe to create, it's going to be based on the data. So you need to set that strategy, what you want to find as an objective for your intervention, and because of this objective, you need to collect some data or another data. Also, you need to be so continuous on doing that, and having the information, it's not the same if it's quality information or not. And I think that first point, it's setting the basis of the digitalization in the company, or even in the training, or everything that you're going to be delivering. You need to first of all begin with the digitalization. The second thing is that you don't need to begin in something bigger. So I think that it's better to begin with something small that you can apply, try and test, and because of this you can improve or maybe change the way that you're doing the things. And the third thing, because one of the topics, it's what's going to happen with the job creation or jobs inside of the companies and entities if the artificial intelligence is coming and itself. I think that the artificial intelligence, it's not going to do the things in their own. So if you want to have a good quality implementation of some process, you need to have also internal resources for developing that project. So you need a team internally that wants to lead this change. You also need to scale up the training of the people that is going to be communicating with that information, because some of the AI, it's going to be doing the things in their own, but a lot of the AI, it's going just to prescribe you. It's recommending you what do you need to do. So you need another person from the other side to take in the decisions and to understand how to do the things. So for me, the quality of the team that is involving in this kind of projects, it's really important. And we have been seeing also that a lot of companies doesn't want to begin because they have this kind of resistance. So the cultural side of how to approach the changes inside of a company, it's also something that we need to work from our side, from the business support organizations, and try to accompany the companies. And just one last thing.
Yes.
I think that the exchange has been said, I think, before, between companies that have been trying and failed and trying and succeed, it's really important, because you are going to be better facing with another one that it's trying and it's similar than you, than some theoretical or main course or master on artificial intelligence. So it's better to see what can artificial intelligence do, or just digitalization, and then try to apply in yourself, seeing like a mirror, I think.
Thank you very much. My next question to Mrs. Nathalie Jardinier regarding trainings. The importance of trainings within clusters. How to train people, how to train and not wait for initiatives, because people are making initiatives, and I guess here in our audience, many people are trying to learn by their own means, AI, through MOOCs, through whatever possible to learn. But how could it be like more organized? What could be your recommendations on that point?
Yes, so thank you. Of course, it's very important to sensibilize and to demystify the AI solutions, and really to make users aware that it's necessary. It's that's, I think, the first point and the first point. And so you know, we have in Europe Digital Innovation Hub. I don't know if somebody here knows this.
Tell us more about it.
Organizations, and they deliver very interesting support.
Could you say the name again?
Sorry?
The name again.
Digital Innovation Hub.
You know it, guys? Who knows
So
it here? Excellent. So tell
Yeah,
us more.
yeah.
You know it.
So
Tell us
you
more
can
about it.
find, I don't know how many you can find in Europe. So their main mission is really to provide diagnosis to user, to companies, AI diagnosis, just to know which AI solution could be really suitable for you, because there are many today, many AI solutions, and of course there will be one for you.
ChatGPT,
just to know
Gemini,
which
Claude.
one, and is it the good time? Is it right now the necessity? And are you really ready to implement? So that it's really the mission of this diagnosis, this AI diagnosis. And so after, of course, after a diagnosis, you have a roadmap, and really important to link this roadmap to your strategy. Of course, that's what you said, Sonia, and also what Mr. Shaker just before said.
Yeah.
So we can do that, and as a cluster, we can facilitate also the way to connect experts, as Emmanuel, experts to companies. I think it's our role, our mission to facilitate that. We know all of us have a panel of experts, and really to know our companies, our members, and to know experts, and after to connect them. It's our mission. So
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. My next question to Mr. Nabil Najm. You can use the other mic, maybe.
It's not working this way.
One is not working, so yours is working. Battery is
Okay.
low.
No, this one is good.
Battery ta.
Maybe just put a battery in this one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, my question is, I will ask it in English, and then you said talking about PhD, talking about you as taking a PhD, doctorat. So, do you encourage today people, apart from certifications, because certifications are important for everyone today, talking about development ecosystems, AI ecosystems, do you tell people maybe today to really think of getting back to deep learning, but deep learning the ancient way, maybe, and really specialize in AI in order to be able to bring something sustainable within ecosystem, within clusters?
Mais tout d'abord, j'aimerais rebondir sur ce que Nathalie a dit, et surtout sur la partie diagnostic, parce que ça permet de dresser un peu le paysage. Ce que j'aimerais dire, c'est que grâce à nos partenaires et comme Anima et comme Maroc PME, qui est l'agence de soutien aux PME au Maroc, nous avons fait des diagnostics au sein des entreprises, notamment dans le cadre du Cluster Booster Track et du projet European Cluster Forward.
Maybe not PhDs, but maybe master's degree, like sending people back to university, maybe
Oui.
while working.
Oui, non, juste pour dire qu'on a fait des diagnostics, et ce qu'on a remarqué, c'est que les entreprises sont conscientes du potentiel de l'IA, mais par contre, en termes de déployabilité, ça pose problème. Et peut-être on en parlera un peu plus après. Concernant la formation, on va dire la formation initiale, et les masters, et personnellement, je ne pense pas que c'est nécessairement nécessaire. Ma première éducation en IA, je l'ai fait en école d'ingénieur en 2005, et tout ça, c'est dépassé, bien sûr. À l'époque, on parlait des réseaux de neurones, mais d'une façon différente. Là, on parle surtout de l'IA générative, d'autres choses. Et donc, comme ce qui a été dit dans le panel précédent, plutôt investir dans des certifications récurrentes, peut-être chaque 6 mois, chaque année, que sur... j'ai choisi de faire de la recherche, mais c'est surtout parce que je me considère comme un chercheur éternel, mais ça c'est un autre sujet.
C'est une vocation. Voilà, merci beaucoup.
Merci.
So my next question is to Mr. Ziad Al-Masri. So back to Jordan in Tej. My question is, maybe what do you consider as the main role AI could play within a cluster today? Somehow, what is the biggest gap maybe a cluster must fill in terms of AI, of course, to succeed?
Today the AI, it's not just about, as my friend Ahmed mentioned, it's not about computing power by itself.
Oui.
So you've got a whole ecosystem to work with. And as in Taj, this is what we're working on. We're working with the government on their policies. And there's a huge fight between, do we go with the European model, which is regulation, a lot of regulation and compliance and all that stuff, or we go with the American model, which is innovation and bring down all the rules to allow companies and startups to innovate. And we still don't know as a country where we're going. But we have with it AI ethics. So we're working on that end as well. On the other end as well, we're working with startups. Startups do not have a lot of budget, so we're trying to find for them computing power, sandboxes for them to test with, whether it's in the financial sector, the health sector, the edtech sector, agriculture, etc. And then on the other hand, like another variable which is very, very important, and maybe just touched on slightly, is skills. Do we have the right graduates with the right skills, who are practical skills, graduating universities, whether diploma, bachelorette, master's, PhD, for them to implement AI in because we're a private sector association, implement it in a profitable mode. There's a lot of money being thrown at AI, but from the numbers, still a huge number is, and it's not, the ROI is still very, very negative. So as a cluster, we're working on these 4 or 5 variables to try to sync them together in order to move forward. I mean, last week we were talking to doctors, physicians, on the need for them to know some scripting, some Python scripting, for them to be able to work with the X-ray machines. So there's a lot of use cases there. And as a cluster, we have to look at each subsector and try to put all these variables together. And of course, we have to be in sync with the larger markets in Saudi, in the UAE, etc., who are building large data centers because they have access to less expensive electricity kilowatt power, and trying to help them in order not to build data centers that are not in use. So we provide them with all the solutions and features and platforms that can be used on top of it.
Excellent. I'm talking about data. My next question is to Mr. Ahmed Amal. If we talk about pool resources today, yes, let's talk about it. How to gather data, how to get the computing platforms, maybe expertise, so that its members of the cluster, especially SMEs, remain competitive against tech giants. Giants in general, tech or any.
Yeah, the good thing of technology is that it empowered SMEs and startup in a way or another. Also, the revolution of AI is doing the same. I have a theory in this, but don't quote me for this.
We're taking it.
AI definitely will affect some jobs, and as I'm seeing that data scientists will be on the top of the pyramid, and those will survive much more years. Also on the bottom of the pyramid will be vocational training. I really urge countries who will not be adopting AI and will not be working with building data scientists to work on vocational training. Vocational is coming, and it's coming heavily. Anyways, back again to your question regarding SMEs. What we did is that we did a venture studio. This venture studio is taking challenges or causes from the industry. We work on these causes. Then we find the right entrepreneur to lead this. And this, as I told you, AI right now, or in order to have a successful venture in AI, it needs to be built on use case. If you are thinking out loud and ماشي في ملكوت الله كده بتفكر في use case, no, this is not the real thing. You need really to get a real use case
How
have
do
a
you get them?
sponsor, and in order to also to build the right MVP for
How do you
us.
get them?
We float challenges. We first I'm representing the venture studio as well. We go to the industry, we go to the people in the industry, in industrial sectors, I mean. What's your problems? Then we take it, we make challenges, we float these challenges,
take
we
it
ask
from
people
there.
to answer it. Then we give them the right support. The right support means that as a venture studio, we give some additional supports to these people.
Very interesting.
This is our model, and by the end of the day, يعني coincidence that I'm chairing يعني somehow a semi-governmental fund. I have been seeing challenges in the VC model.
Okay.
That's why in the venture studio model, you are much more focused. You are giving enablement support to these people. I don't want to
There is a
talk more
lot
about
to
this.
tell
Yes,
about it, but
thank
at least we are shedding light. Ma question, donc, my question to Mr. Elias Larnach, I will say it in English and you understand, it's a very short question. We talk about ethics, éthique. So in all this, we shouldn't forget ethics, l'éthique du, voilà. When you talk about developing IA ecosystems, we think of everything sometimes and we forget about ethics. What do you think?
Il y a 2 points. Le premier point, c'est que c'est un point moral au sein de l'entreprise déjà. Est-ce qu'on veut faire de l'éthique ou pas? Il y en a qui sont plutôt plus matures sur le sujet, plus ouverts que d'autres. Et puis de toute façon, il y a des contraintes aujourd'hui légales. Bon, peut-être moins ici, mais si on veut aller adresser des marchés comme le marché européen, on est sur des marchés où de toute façon aujourd'hui l'IA est très contrôlée sur plusieurs aspects, en particulier l'aspect sur la partie confidentialité des données. Et donc, par exemple, nous, au cluster ou dans certaines entreprises, aujourd'hui, c'est travailler sur des chartes éthiques au sein de l'entreprise. Et ces chartes-là, il ne faut pas que ce soit juste un bout de papier, en fait. Il faut que ce soit accompagné d'une transformation au sein de l'entreprise. Parce que aujourd'hui, tout le monde utilise en fait de manière informelle l'IA au sein des entreprises, ne serait-ce qu'utiliser ChatGPT, ne serait-ce qu'utiliser Gemini aujourd'hui.
Claude,
c'est ouvert, c'est
Perplexity.
accessible, et c'est trop tentant.
Ça fuse
Donc,
de partout.
voilà, ça fuse de partout. Donc, une question de sécurité, mais aussi d'éthique, c'est on peut mettre des données, on est des commerciaux, on peut tout à fait balancer un listing client pour structurer une base sur ChatGPT, parce qu'on n'a même pas conscience que ces données-là sont maintenant exposées.
Et c'est après qu'on se rend compte.
Et on se rend compte après. Et au sein des organisations, peut-être des gens qui ne s'en rendent même pas compte. Donc, on peut faire une charte, mais aussi un très gros travail au niveau des organisations pour les convaincre. On ne peut pas que verrouiller, parce que ce n'est pas verrouillable. Donc, voilà. Donc, je pense que l'éthique, c'est surtout un travail qui doit être fait déjà au niveau terrain, au niveau des utilisateurs. Aujourd'hui, avant même de mettre en place des vraies solutions IA au niveau de l'entreprise. Déjà, dans l'utilisation de l'IA, actuellement à niveau 0, c'est-à-dire, comme on a dit, sur l'IA générative, et encore plus demain, quand on va mettre en place des solutions, quand on va mettre en place des solutions digitales. Donc là, Madame Sonia parlait de data, donc déjà pour pouvoir sécuriser les données. Donc, voilà. Donc je dis, il y a des chartes à signer, il y a une compliance à mettre en place au niveau de l'organisation, mais il faut aussi faire un travail de change management au niveau des mentalités pour faire adhérer l'organisation, en fait.
Voilà. So my question was about really making sure that the clusters are really aware about this while implementing and developing ecosystems, AI ecosystems. Last question, maybe for Mr. Emmanuel Notari. Okay, in a nutshell, please.
Yeah, very, very quickly. I think that ethics, on the level of the cluster, is not the only thing. What we need is nation regulation. As Ziad was just mentioning, there is a difference between the EU compliance and the US compliance. Ethics here,
as per usual,
ethics in the EU is much more high, and I think that it requires a regulation. And this is the as I told you,
It is ongoing.
The
It is ongoing.
the
There is a
compliance
new act.
framework that needs to be empowered. Definitely, the data and data security is an important aspect, but ethics is right now the main concern of all countries.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
It's mindset. It's a mindset, yes. We fully agree. So, Mr. Emmanuel Noutari, maybe last word, recommendations. As Anima, you represent Anima, and Anima is providing all the good, the best conditions for all these clusters to be the best version of who they really are. So today, what would you say to those clusters?
But maybe I come back to your questions, which is written in front of me and behind me. No, but why company are adopting AI? Not just because they are fond
Yes.
of technology. They want to gain in efficiency. They want to develop new products. They want to innovate and enlarge their range
Yes.
of products. So they want to get more competitive, in fact, and get more profitable thanks to AI. That's the aim. And for a country, it's important as well. More competitiveness means attracting more business, attracting more investment, creating jobs. So in the sense, it's important that countries support this AI revolution and probably regulate it because there is an issue of sovereignty, and I will come back to that as well. So I think clusters have a central role to play in helping companies to adopt this AI that anyway they will need if they want to continue to play on the market vis-à-vis competitors in the future. So it's very important, these clusters, that they support the industry upscaling, and they are the ideal place to do that, these clusters, because they mix large companies, small companies, startups, laboratories, universities. So they are the place where innovation takes place, these networks. So this is very important, and this is why Anima, with the support of the EU, we support these clusters, and which are, in fact, I would say, tools of attractiveness for the country, tools of acceleration for the economies of the country. So that's why, if you are a company there, I would really encourage you to join clusters and find peers, colleagues with whom you can mutualize, think together, and help your company to progress. And then there is this issue of sovereignty. Do we want to be dependent on Chinese technology or US technology? Do we want to provide our data to Asia or to the US? But I leave the question with you, but I definitely Europe and probably Europe with Africa, or at least Europe with MENA countries, they have to think of joint projects together. This is the purpose of this conference, and I think it's wise to think so. Not to depend too much on external power that we don't know would be this power in the future.
Yeah, especially that the Mediterranean links us. We have so much to share, so much in common. Dear participants, you can later on connect with our cluster representatives, ask questions, maybe join them, maybe find peers and develop business together. They will be there after the panel that came to an end. They will be there for you to ask, to change thoughts and develop business. That's what we are here for. Thank you very much, dear panelists. Merci. C'était le panel Quel rôle pour les clusters dans le développement des écosystèmes AI.